question that I often get asked is how did I prepare for CAT along with a full-time job? And mind you, it was not a work from home job. It was a field job that required me to be in office from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. along with post-work calls. As you can imagine, it was pretty hectic and it required me to be really disciplined for a good 6 to 7 months. But it turned out right. And today I want to tell you what worked for me. So if there's anything useful you can take from this strategy, I'd be happy to have helped you. CAT 2021 was my first attempt. And luckily for me, with a percentile of 98.19, I was able to secure an admission in PGP BA IIM Bangalore. A lot of people ask me if it's possible to clear CAT along with a full-time job. The answer is yes, definitely. Most of the people here in my batch have work ex. And leaving aside a small minority of people who had a gap year, most of them prepared along with the job. So yes, it's possible. You can do that too. CAT is only a test of your basic verbal, logical and quantitative ability. All of us have these abilities. The only thing that we need to do is to hone our skills and practice so much that we are able to solve the exam pattern questions quick and fast. Now, after you believe that you can crack CAT along with a full-time job, the next question is whether to take up coaching or to prepare on your own. Now, the answer to this question will vary from individual to individual and it will depend on multiple factors like the nature of your job, the free time that you have, the monetary investment you want to make, and the fundamental level of knowledge where you're starting your preparation at. As for my case, I decided to take up an online coaching. I took classes from Elite's Grid. And no, it's not a paid promotion, but I will definitely talk about the kind of routine that had formed because of the fact that I was taking a coaching. So I'm a morning person and I feel I'm at the peak of my energy near the waking up time. So what I made sure I did was wake up 3 to 4 hours before I had to leave for office and study for a dedicated 2 to 2.5 hours before going to the job. It worked for me because it was not possible for me to come and study in the evening after a full day of work, all dead and tired. But for others who feel they are night owls, or if your work starts really late, then you can consider studying after you're finished with your day's work. There are 2-3 things that I want to highlight here. Do the number of study hours matter? But definitely, a dedicated effort of 6 to 8 months is ideal. Make sure that you're able to study at least 1 to 2 hours every day. Also, try to stretch on holidays and weekends. Those should be the days when you complete all your backlogs, give mock tests given where you are in your preparation journey, and also analyze those mocks for an extended 2 to 3 hours. Elite's Grid gave classes from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. I listened to the recorded sessions the next day in the morning along with solving problems. People who decide not to take up coaching, you guys will have to do an extra effort of making your own timetable and sticking to it. Because you will not have any fixed deadline or something to look forward to like the daily classes, you will have to sit on your own and study consistently. The one thing that helps a lot is forming a routine. A fixed routine with cues. For example, the moment you wake up and freshen up, you should come and sit to your table. That can be your cue to start studying. For people deciding to study at night, your cue could be after dinner, you sit on your table. That way, you're programming your brain to form this habit of studying just after dinner. And like I said, it will be difficult. There will be days when you'll have to cancel your weekend plans or night plans just because you have to stay in and study. But at the end, most of these sacrifices would be worth it. Another thing that worked for me was to have lunch while listening to podcasts or news. This kept me aware of what was happening in the world, even though I did not have dedicated time to listen to the news or read the newspaper given my day. Another strategy that some of my friends used was to use the commute time. Personally, for me, I did not have a long commute time. I reached my office in 5 to 10 minutes. But for people who go on shared cabs or metros, you can use your commute time to listen to anything useful for the exam. Or you can listen to recorded lectures on YouTube or your online coaching class and then solve problems on what you've heard when you come back home. As for the number of hours that I studied, I try to make sure that every day I put in 2 hours before going to work. On good days, it even stretched to 3 to 4 hours. And on the weekends, I try to make sure that I study at least 6 to 7 hours both on Saturday and Sunday. This continued for around 5 to 6 months. Of course, I had to take 2 weeks leave right at the end of November when the exam was very near so that I can focus on more mocks and time constraint preparation. Another strategy that some of my friends used was to take a full 1 month leave very close to the exam. If you're planning to do that, then make sure that you have a lot of collected leaves that you can take very near to the examination. That is the part of the preparation where practice can help the most.